Now let's go to our topic of the week. Indonesia, with a population of more than 278 million, is among the most potential markets for the insurance industry, not only in Asia, but also in the world. However, the low literacy and the lack of trust in the industry have hampered its growth.
The insurance market in Indonesia has grown sharply since the global economic crisis of 1998, which has become the trigger in the country's political economic reform. However, the rapid growth declined sharply during the past several years due to the COVID-19 outbreak, which led to the decline in the economic growth. The insurance industry has begun to show a sign of recovery since mid-2022 after a sharp drop during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the great potential in the country's insurance market is still mostly untapped, as indicated by the industry's low penetration rate, the ratio between the total premiums collected against the country's gross domestic product or GDP. According to data released by the Financial Services Authority or OJK, the penetration rate of the insurance industry in Indonesia has only reached 2.7%. The insurance penetration in Indonesia is still far lower than 13% in Singapore, 4% in Thailand, and 7% in Malaysia. In addition to the penetration rate, the insurance literacy and inclusion levels in Indonesia are also still very low. Data issued by OJK shows that as of 2023, the insurance literacy and inclusion rates in Indonesia were recorded only at 31.7% and 16.6% respectively. Meanwhile, based on data released by the OJK, total insurance premium income reached 264.23 trillion rupiah in October 2023, about $16.79 billion, an increase of 3.54% year-on-year. The increase was partly due to a rise in the premium income of general insurance and reinsurance, which grew 20.4% year-on-year to 117.72 trillion rupiah year-on-year. In the same period, life insurance premium fell 6.93% year-on-year to 146.52 trillion. The lack of public trust in the insurance industry has contributed to the stagnant growth in the insurance industry. A series of financial scandals at private and state-owned insurance companies, which have caused significant losses to policyholders, is one of the main factors which discourage people from buying insurance products. The financial scandals have led to the disclosure of a number of major insurance companies recently, such as PT Asuransi Recapital, PT Asuransi Parolamas, PT Asuransi Jiwa Adi Sarana Wana Arta or Wana Arta Life, and PT Asuransi Cigna, PT Asuransi Jiwa Krishna Life, and PT Asuransi Jiwa Pro Life Indonesia. Meanwhile, the OJK recently unveiled its 2023 to 2027 roadmap as part of its comprehensive efforts to further promote the country's insurance industry. This collaborative effort involves the Insurance Council of Indonesia or DAI and various stakeholders in the insurance sector. The primary goal of this roadmap is to establish a robust and efficient insurance industry that prioritizes integrity, consumer protection, and public interests, and bolsters national economic growth. We hope that the roadmap will lay down a strong foundation for the industry to grow and improve the people's trust so that more and more people will buy insurance products.
Now, the country's insurance industry has begun to show a sign of recovery after a sharp drop due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, the great potential in the country's insurance market is still mostly untapped. So here, our guest this afternoon, Bapak Irvan Rahardjo, is the founder of Indonesia's insurance writers community, and he will share his insights of why the insurance penetration rate in Indonesia remains so low. Welcome, Pak Irvan, to Economic Outlook. First of all, Indonesia's insurance market is the most untapped compared to the other Asian countries. The question is, as an observer, Pak Irvan, can you please share your insights on the problems hampering the insurance industry, especially related to the life insurance, which affects many individuals?
Yes, good morning. Thank you for inviting me. First of all, that according to the statistic that our insurance penetration as well as the insurance literacy is very low. Among others, is due to the, as you know, that our society basically Muslim majority, whereby there is a value and belief in our society that insurance is not really halal product. Basically, insurance is not either halal or haram, but basically is very unreliable in the sense that people are more believe on the what you call it, the charity. The more you give to the people, then people believe that you can get more fortune, and also that the more you give the people, then you will have more wealth and more healthy. So basically, our people doesn't really rely on the insurance. As we know that during the economic crisis in 1998, people are more rely on the society and more rely on their extended family. As you know that our society is basically extended family, whereby the protection and also the safety nets of the people who suffer from the economic crisis is rely on the family as extended. So insurance is not really the priority for the most of the people. They are more rely on the charity, more rely on the social safety net by way of the extended family.
So, Pak Irvan, basically you're saying that there's actually a problem of a lack of education, especially on insurance, where we actually know that insurance is actually very important, especially health insurance. When you get sick, you really need to rely on insurance because of financial limitations. A big issue here is also a lack of trust. You once have mentioned in the media there is a lack of people's trust, and that becomes a big problem here in Indonesia. Why is this?
Yeah, as you know that during the economic outbreak due to the COVID-19, insurance has paid many claims arising from the pandemic, whereby about 19 trillion of the insurance claim has been dispersed to all the customers. But why the insurance is not really become the one of the instrument by the people? Because there are many claim denial or claim unpaid by the insurance company because of their not really able to settle the claim. First of all, because of the dispute between the customer and the insurance company, but also mostly because of the insurance company doesn't have enough cash flow in order to be able to settle the claim with the customers. Why they are not really able to settle the claim in cash? Because they put the money in the investment stock, or also in the some other financial instruments like stock, and also like the obligation, and also the mutual fund and so on. So basically, what really matters for the insurance company, because they don't have enough cash in hand when the customer come to their office to ask for the claim settlement, because they put the money into some other instruments. So here we are talking about mismatch between what They promise to the customer to get the money back in a period of about 1 year, but at the same time, they have to put the money into some other instrument which is longer than what they have promised to the customer.
So, Pak Irvan, you do acknowledge that there is a mismanagement happening right here, a misconduct, and that is what's causing the lack of trust of a lot of people, a lot of Indonesian, a lot of citizens. Now, what do you recommend for the government and as well as the stakeholders to do in order to build the confidence back to insurance, and also for the insurance company to conduct their business as what is expected by the people?
Yeah, here we are talking about the supervision and regulation by the regulators, so-called the OJK, Otoritas Jasa Keuangan. In the recent OJK lineup, we can rely on many unpopular steps by the OJK, but basically it is needed by the public, by the customer, even though they are not really effective in the sense of that the insurance company basically for a long time has been lack of supervision. But with the region OJK, we can believe that OJK now has taken many measures to insurance company. One of them are the increase in capital, also the ban of some of the insurance company in trouble, like about 9 to 11 company in trouble is now under very close supervision by the OJK, and again we can rely on the OJK, who now making very stiff supervision to the market conduct as well as the customer protection in accordance with a new regulation or new law called the Undang-Undang P2SK, the Strengthening and Development of Financial Sector Act.
Okay, so that's from the government side. You are saying that the OJK is now doing its job and that we can have more confidence in the insurance companies. But what about from the insurance company side? What can they do to gain more confidence from the people?
Yes, in accordance with the new regulation, which so-called the Undang-Undang P2SK, Strengthening and Developing the Financial Sector Act, the insurance company has to control their market conduct by making a true promise and settlement of the obligation to the customer, as well as that the new act gives them more emphasis on the policy holder protection by asking all the insurance company to obey with the regulation by which they are now obliged to settle the claim properly, and also they are obliged to increase their capital. And also there are some other regulation whereby the insurance company has to make enough retention, and also to limit their cover to this so-called the credit insurance. In the past, that insurance companies are very free to cover, no limit, no retention, but now OJK has issued very strict regulation whereby the insurance company has to limit their risk, as well as they have to make some retention in order to cover the risk better and properly.
I mean, it's easy to make promises to get people to buy your insurance, but of course, the most important thing for the insurance companies also to meet what they have promised from the beginning. Looking into the future, Pak Irvan, with such a market condition, what is your prediction of the country's insurance market?
Yes, we always confidence that the market is so big because of our larger population, which among 270 million people. But our literacy is very low as compared to the other financial sector like bank. Our literacy is basically higher than our inclusion. It means that the people basically understand and know about the benefit and the the essence of the insurance for their financial security. But they don't like to buy the insurance because of first, as I said earlier, that because of our social security net, especially our extended family. Number two is because of the religious value that more believe on the charity, on the sedekah, and so on. But number three is because of the lack of good service and lack of the governance of the insurance company. So basically, we believe that our large population is a potential, but again, it depends on the insurance company, how they treat the customer properly and how they meet the promise to the customer.
Exactly. And if you can just give a few messages to our audience today, Pak Irvan, of what is the importance of insurance?
Insurance is very important for our well-being and also for our financial soundness in the event of the unfortunate, in the event of the accident. But people is now more rely on other kind of financial investment like stock or like mutual fund or even gold, or even they prefer to buy dollar in order to get the capital gain in the long run. But the insurance is good for financial security, whereby you only pay the premium as little as possible, but at the same time you can feel secure in the event of unfortunate or intentional, unforeseen accident.
Exactly. We all need that financial security, especially in the event of sickness or accidents. We will never know. But thank you so much for your insight, Bapak Irvan Rahardjo, the founder of Indonesia Insurance Writers Community. And thank you so much for coming to Economic Outlook today.
Same to you.
Let's move on to our next topic.